Hello, everyone. Jonathan Dean here.
And Elvin Handy.
I'd like to welcome you to Off the Axis Podcast. We made some adjustments this week. We got some messages on some viewability issues. So we've enhanced the screen size on when we're reviewing videos. So that's one adjustment we made. We made some more sound adjustments. So we hope we bring you guys a better product this week and every week.
Yes, every week. Yes. So what is our first topic for today?
We have the Supreme Court has been hearing on the issue of women in men's sports and men in women's sports.
And men in women's sports. Okay.
And I guess there's a lawsuit going on where the state is suing the government to try to overturn this legislation or that has been passed.
Really? Wow.
So I don't know. What do you think? You wanna play some softball against some ladies? Going home with the trophy.
In my opinion, I think when it comes to the issue of boys and girls sports, it just provides a very unfair advantage to girls. I mean, I think they did a study not too long ago, like a year ago, where they were looking at how many medals and scholarships were taken from young ladies because boys were coming into their arena and just they're schooling them on everything. I mean, boys and girls have a significant anatomy biological difference that we can't overlook. You know what I mean?
We even have it. You can be a woman with all the muscle in the world. A man still has different bone density.
Yeah, different bone density, better lung capacity.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so many advantages that males have physically that we just can't allow boys to come and infiltrate women's sports, you know?
Yeah, and ultimately, this isn't a men are better than women topic.
No, not at all.
Whether or not you believe that. But it's more it's more of a topic of, is it fair for young women to have to go through this? And I think it's a definitive no.
Yeah, I think it's definitely not fair because, I mean, if they're getting scholarships and medals taken away from them, that's really not an advantage to women. That's a disadvantage to women, you know?
Yeah, for sure. What do you got about the Supreme Court case? You know anything about
Actually, I just saw earlier today. I'm going to pull it up on my phone. Pull it up real quick. So we have an article from the Supreme Court today, because the article reads, the Supreme Court seems inclined to uphold state bans on boys and girls sports. So the article reads, the U.S. Supreme Court on January 13th leaned towards upholding laws in Idaho and West Virginia that prohibits males from playing on female school sports teams. The nation's highest court heard almost 3.5 hours of back-to-back oral arguments in Little versus Haycox and West Virginia versus BPJ. In these cases, Idaho and West Virginia argue that their respective laws are consistent with the 14th Amendment to the Constitution. The amendment's Equal Protection Clause says no state shall deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. The states also say their laws do not violate Title, I think, what title is that?
9.
Oh, Title 9. Okay.
Roman numerals.
Roman numerals.
That's people's numerals.
Yeah, people's numerals. So it doesn't violate Title 9, a federal civil rights law that forbids sex-based discrimination at any school that receives federal funding. The athletes who brought challenges to the two state laws are males who identify as female and want to play on female teams at their respective schools.
I bet you do.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so they can win. The state laws forbid males from participating in female sports. So I'm hoping that the Supreme Court sides with the girls in this, that they can't have boys playing in the sports within those respective areas and really all across the nation, because it just proves a really, really big advantage for males.
Well, let's take a look at Judge Alito's line of questioning today.
If it does that, then is it not necessary for there to be, for equal protection purposes, if that is challenged under the Equal Protection Clause, an understanding of what it means to be a boy or a girl or a man or a woman?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that definition? For equal protection
Fair
purposes,
question.
what does it mean to be a boy or a girl or a man or a woman?
Sorry, I misunderstood your question. I think that the underlying enactment, whatever it was, the policy, the law, we'd have to have an understanding of how the state or the government was just understanding that term to figure out whether or not someone was excluded. We do not have a definition for the court. And we don't take issue with we're not disputing the definition here. What we're saying is that the way it applies in practice is to exclude birth sex males categorically from women's teams, and that there's a subset of those birth sex males where it doesn't make sense to do so according to the state's own interest.
Well, how can a court determine whether there's discrimination on the basis of sex without knowing what sex means for equal protection purposes?
I think here we just know that we basically know that that they've identified pursuant to their own statute, Lindsay qualifies as a birth sex male, and she's being excluded categorically from the women's teams as the statute. So we're taking the statute's definitions as we find them, and we don't dispute them.
So
What in the world?
So basically what she just admitted was she, as the lawyer who's supposed to be getting these young men into women's sports.
Okay.
She can't define what a woman is to even tell them that they're be allowed into women's sports.
Yeah, you gotta have a basis.
This
You gotta
is
start somewhere.
This is the sideshow we're dealing with. At this point, all Americans are on our side, and the only ones who aren't are their mental faculties are not.
I don't understand that at all, because you have to have a foundation, a basis. That's what the judge was trying to get to. Like, what are you basing this on? I mean, you have to have a foundation of what a woman is, what a man is, in order to even get into the topic of discrimination.
Well, we can't define that. So next topic. What you got next? What
In the world?
You got another
Man.
video for us? A little funny one to start us off?
That's crazy. But yeah, I do have a funny one. As some of you may know, I love law enforcement. So I have a really funny law enforcement video of a lady that's actually running from the cops on rollerblades. It's really funny.
Oh, this sounds great. Continue the sideshow. We wanted to start you guys off with some fun stuff today.
Yeah, start off fun. Get some laughs in.
Stop!
On August 4th, 2025, an officer responded to an alleged assault involving a slice of pizza.
You shame yourself.
Guys saying you threw pizza at him. We are conducting our investigation. Okay?
Joe, are my parents going to get my shit? Are you going to call Larry to come and get me?
Ma'am, stop.
Get the away from me. Yo, get the away from me.
All right, they charged the white female, black tank top, American flag, bathing suit hanging down, and now she's on rollerblades.
You're on my list.
Who's the other unit coming?
I mean,
Where are you coming from? She's heading on.
Later.
Okay.
She's hollering back.
Minimum obstruction at the moment, and simple battery.
I do have to say, at least she's rocking the American flag.
Yeah, well, what's more American than running from the police on your roller skates?
And a roller skate. That's funny. That's so funny.
Ma'am, stop. Stop.
Look at the poor dog.
All right, well, we're still going 15 for obstruction. Stop! Stop!
I've done nothing wrong.
He's not even trying to catch her at this point because he doesn't want to try and outrun those rollerblades.
Yeah, he doesn't. He don't want to smoke with the rollerblades.
Leave me alone.
Get
Leave
the gun
me
now.
alone. I haven't done anything wrong. Stop. Stop.
She thought she could fight the
I haven't
taser.
done anything wrong. Leave
Stop.
me alone.
Get on your stomach
Leave me
now.
alone.
The dog.
I haven't done anything wrong.
Lay on your stomach.
Read.
Lay on your stomach.
Just give me that. Please.
Put your hands behind your back.
Please. Oh my God.
Put your hands behind your
Oh my
back.
God. Please. 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 Help.
Let me see your other hand. Put your other hand behind your back. Put your other hand.
I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't broken any laws. My children. I my children.
Stand up.
Oh. Are you gonna send me home?
You're going to jail.
What? I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't broken any law. Stop. Stop. Stop.
Only person I feel bad for is this
It's a
dog.
dog. I was about to say the same thing.
Walking across traffic by himself, about to get hit. He looks like a nice dude.
Yeah, he looks like a nice dude.
Stop. Stop. You guys are breaking the law. You guys, I haven't done anything wrong. Please.
Stop.
Please. All of this is recorded, right?
Yep.
Okay. He stole my EBT card. He stole everything. Where's James Reed?
Of course, an EBT recipient.
Every time there's some Bobo shit going on, it's an EBT recipient.
She got some points with American flags, but points are deducted for that.
Yeah, well, you know, every great story in a Waffle House or in a Walmart or on rollerblades starts with that EBT card.
That is funny.
That's good
Holy
stuff.
cow.
Larry, God, tell me the plan. What's your involved in my
I got it.
There's anything wrong.
I was more worried about the dog biting me.
Dog.
Oh, he's a good boy.
I didn't even see him at first. Yeah.
Ma'am, just relax, okay?
I need water and food.
Okay.
Need water and food.
I'm not even. I'm not.
Can you open up my car? Just the back seat.
Are you guys gonna get my stuff from over there? He made me leave my stuff over there, that blue bag.
Come on. Good dog.
I told you to
yes,
stop
you
and you-
did. I know the Florida statute very well. I know the law very well. Ow! Dude, I can't get in this way. Stop. Police brutality! Police brutality! Take me home!
Crying out loud.
Where my ID and all my stuff should be at, and I have still not committed any crime or broken any law. Judge Walter Dittmer will definitely testify to that. Because he knows very well that I am not a criminal. I am not a mischievous person. I deserve to be my
You
children.
weren't.
And Larry will testify to that too. I want to speak to your supervisor.
He's coming.
Bring the marshal, bring the supervisor, something, I need help.
How you feeling?
You guys, I want the supervisor to come. I want somebody else to come. Call Randall, call Bruce,
Stop.
call Mr. Rowe. No, you guys cannot treat me like this. Oh my God.
Stop moving.
I'm done. Let go of me.
Stop.
You buy a necklace?
I want to go to the hospital.
Where's her quote-unquote stuff? In the parking lot, you see the blue cart over there? That's all hers.
That lady cop looked at this shit like, do I really gotta go get it?
Yeah, she don't want to get that. No, goodness.
Man,
I feel so bad for what cops go through.
white people being white people, bro.
Man, I feel so bad. Cops go through so much.
Middle-aged white women are wild.
Yeah, especially when they own drugs.
And rollerblades.
And rollerblades.
That's good. That's good.
That's funny.
Well, I guess she ended up going to jail.
I think so. Let me see.
I've not committed any crime. I've not broken any law.
Okay, well, it's
I
not
want
about a
my
crime.
lawyer present.
I'm going to have to take your dog to animal services, or I can take the dog home. Okay, then I will call animal services.
Oh, come on, lady.
Jesus, I have done nothing wrong. The dog has done nothing wrong. These officers are committing crimes and conspiring against me. And it should not be tolerated. And I will
telling
represent
Jesus.
myself if I have to. I can survive. I will be okay. Just calm down, Ashley. Just calm down. They have no reason to hold you. They have no reason to hold you. Oh, she's studying literature.
That's good.
I was told that you guys are not allowed to chase people across the road at all. You guys are not allowed to chase people. You're not allowed to chase cars,
There you go.
people on wheels.
Okay, so she was charged with resisting without violence. Oh, well, resisting without violence. So she won't get too bad of a
No
punishment. 'Cause
I guess she
without
wasn't,
violence.
I guess she wasn't charged for throwing the pizza.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess. I didn't need to consider that violent, I guess. That is funny. Wow. But that really points out the drug problem we got here, man. It's crazy how many people in America are addicted to drugs like that.
She looks like she's probably on something.
Yeah, it definitely looked like she's on something because it looked like she was kind of hallucinating in the car, kind of talking to herself. So, man.
She was talking to Jesus. You leave,
talking to...
you leave her and Jesus alone.
Man, that was a funny video. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was completely hilarious. I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. The lady running from the cops on rollerblades. So what you got for us next?
Oh, let's see here. Let me pull up another video. I don't think I actually had this one loaded up, but while we're on the funny video topics,
Okay.
let's pull another one up here. This video is I believe it's in Portland. There's I guess a protest of some sort going on. And
Portland. Okay, like the protests in Minnesota.
Yeah. All these crazies in Portland, Oregon. They've been losing their minds per usual. So
Oh boy.
let's just take a little look here. So clearly people are he's a counter protester, or you can call him whatever you want. I guess he's a counter protester. He's there
Okay.
with American flag representing. I don't know what he's representing, but I know he's not representing these people. So
Oh,
I guess
wow.
they're protesting the ICE killing of. Sure, her name doesn't need to be mentioned.
Okay.
And so I guess the mayhem ensues.
The mayhem ensues.
Nobody likes you. What's it like to find a pedophile shit, bro?
Boom! Pow! That's 3. 4. Boom! 5.
Hey, guys.
6.
Hey.
What do you think? 6 of them.
That is crazy.
6 of them.
Wow.
It's pretty smooth. Oh
That
boy.
is pretty smooth.
Oh boy was laying into him.
Yeah, they messed with the wrong person.
It's always great.
They messed with the wrong person.
I'm not sure he was in the right or in the wrong, but it's always nice to see a man with an American flag whooping some blue hair ass. Woo! One of my favorite things to watch.
No, that's hilarious. That's funny. My thing about this is like with all these protesters, like, how do they have time for this? Do they not work? Like, do not have other obligation, kids to take care of? Like, what'd you say, money?
Did you not see the big video that came out the other day? A lady was being interviewed by CNN, I believe it was. And they asked her, how why don't you have a job? How do you have money? And she goes,
Right.
I'm getting paid right now.
Oh, so somebody's financing this.
She outright said it. I'm getting paid right now.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, they also, I know Congress has been having some, they've been looking into it, but they're trying to locate and figure out exactly who's paying for all these things because they're clearly organized. Clearly, these things were planned for before the lady was even murdered. I almost said murdered. Before the lady was even ever killed.
Okay.
I mean, they had the printed signs ready the next day.
Oh, wow. So yeah, so somebody definitely financing this then.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why they're able to go out here all the time and just riot or protest and wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, there's actually, we could go online right now and you guys too, if you need some money, this is the plug. If you need some money, there's all these protest groups you can go on, sign up. they will pay you to show up to these places and protest. So I encourage all of you to sign up, get that check in the mail, and then go counter protest.
Wow, that is crazy. So some of these people, that's their full-time job then.
Full-time job, and I think that may have been the case with the woman who was killed or her wife as well. I think it may have been one of them. They were involved in these groups on these sub forums and groups that are paying people to go to these things. So we'll see.
So really, they want bad things to happen then because they profit off of it.
Yeah, I watched the Tim Pool episode, and he was actually, he used to do a lot of this protesting stuff. He did the Occupy Wall Street, etc. And he actually spoke on how he's been to the meetings of a lot of these some of these groups where they discuss what will we do if someone is killed? What will we do if someone wearing this is arrested? What will we... So, and then they give them ways to make the situation look more volatile than it is. It's all rehearsed.
So it's all rehearsed.
It's all rehearsed.
Wow, that's crazy.
I mean, no one can actually believe all the things that these people protest.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. I just was wondering how they had the time to do it. But now I see if they're getting paid to do it, then they're going to make the time.
I've been to a couple protests. I mean, the No Kings rallies where I counter protested twice. Both of those were on Saturday. I wasn't working.
Yeah, you weren't working.
The only other protest that I went to a couple in high school, anti-war protests. I was fringe left, but looking back, maybe I was right. And then I've been to a lot of the shutdown protests and helped organize them in Florida when we were going through the COVID situation.
Okay.
But we weren't allowed to go to work. That's why I was protesting. I was protesting that I couldn't make money. They're protesting to make money.
To make money, right.
So it's crazy.
That's crazy, insane. Wow. Well, that's good to know. All right, so what we got next?
Let's see. Nice update on the Ice Commander.
Oh, the Ice Commander. Yes, I do have a funny video for you guys for the Ice Commander. Yes, his name is Bovin. So let's go to Chief Ice Commander Bovin. This is a very funny video. He's actually in Minnesota right now, and he's debating a Minnesota state representative, and he pretty much schools her on law. So let's get into this.
Yeah, for you person like that, as a state representative, did your parents teach you that? Or where did you learn such foul language as that? Such a simple question. I'm asking you guys. Simple question there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where did you learn how to
Learn
human beings?
It's very interesting when we make our community safer. Your residents thank us, but you don't know that as a representative, do you?
Could you explain to me
I can.
why
It's called
you
tailored
are
immigration
not,
enforcement.
why are you not arresting criminals? Why are so few of the people that you have arrested and detained and deported people with criminal records?
They're all criminals. They've all crossed the border illegally.
Crossing the border illegally is a civil offense.
No, 18 U.S.C. 1325 illegal entry. That's a federal crime. Yes.
Crossing the border. Let me pause this first. Crossing the border has never been a civil offense.
Never. What do you think? Who's going to sue you?
All right.
It's a civil offense. I'm going to sue you. For what? You're not worth shit. You're from a third world country.
That's never been a civil.
You came here with a trash bag. What am I going to sue you for in civil court?
No, the person that crossed the border, that's always been a criminal offense that you can go after criminally, not civilly. That is crazy. And that's crazy that a state representative is getting schooled by somebody from Border Patrol on the law.
That is wild.
That is wild, isn't it?
These are the people that some elect.
Yeah, if anything, he's the one that should be the state representative.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
How is deporting construction workers protecting public safety?
Deporting illegal aliens and criminals, making America a safer place. The double-digit drops in crime. Have you looked at your statistics nationwide? Or you don't care about
Over
that?
the last,
Since we've been conducting kinds of, yes. Double-digit drops in crime.
correlation is not causation.
When we're there, that does cause that. Then what causes it then?
Well, I don't know. I saw a
You
crime
don't know
recently, and the
exactly.
crime was ICE shooting
Exactly.
a woman who was a bystander.
Don't drive a 2,000-pound missile at an ICE agent. You will have an outcome that you don't agree with. Representative.
Yeah, well, I thought that law enforcement was supposed to be trained into escalation.
And that is, they did. They
Shooting
did.
someone in the face because it's not
Please tell me this de-escalation thing. Please tell me how you de-escalate a 2-ton vehicle coming at you.
3 bullets. 3 bullets. That's how you
goodness
de-escalate the
gracious.
situation. Everyone not committing criminal offenses went home to their families that day.
Yeah, definitely.
You
definitely.
de-escalate with 3 bullets. And I'm terribly saddened by the loss of life.
Yeah, definitely. Nobody likes to see loss of life. But, I mean, you can't de-escalate a full 2-ton vehicle coming after you. There's no strategy, no de-escalation technique for that at all.
And as we discussed last week, it was 3 shots. I would have emptied my magazine.
Yeah, he didn't even empty the magazine.
No, 3 to protect himself. It was like 3 get off me shots.
Yeah, pretty much. And he probably was in shock as well, so it's like...
You know, that officer 6 months ago was actually hit by a car at another protest.
I heard he was like drugged, right?
He was drugged, and I don't remember if it was 30-some or 60-some stitches.
Dang.
But yeah, the man almost lost his life. Without modern medicine, he probably would have been dead.
Wow.
So you think he's going to let it happen a second time?
So he probably got PTSD from that.
Or he just was like, I'm not PTSD, or I'm not going to let it happen again. It's like touching a hot stove, you know?
And in the court of law, since he's already had a previous experience that's similar, that's going to help his new case out because they're gonna look at how this happened to him before
and what the result was.
Right, and what the result was. So they're going to look at what he done this time as something that he probably credibly, reasonably needed to do.
And it could have been potentially the same outcome had he not shot her.
Exactly.
What if his belt would have hooked to the fender? What if there's so many things that could have happened, and like I said, it's unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate that someone died, but again, you know, you have to respect law enforcement and follow command.
It's almost even more unfortunate that we allow the media without repercussion to stoke these fires and flames, which are clearly resulting in death, carnage, people getting injured. It's a direct cause and effect.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not here trying to say we shouldn't have free speech, but you, as a media corporation, you should not be allowed to just outwardly lie like that.
No, you shouldn't be allowed to outwardly lie like that. No, because
mistakes do happen.
Yeah, mistakes happen. But that was a blatant lie.
It's not a mistake.
Yeah, that wasn't a mistake at all. No.
What else they got to say?
But let's see what else he has to say. He schools us some more.
The escalation.
She's asking Grok what to ask.
That's your job.
I work with OAN.
Like the comms people?
No, I work with OAN.
Oh.
We love watching representatives use their First Amendment. I think it's fantastic.
Well, I'm a former member of the ACLU of Minnesota board, and I believe in the First Amendment.
Good.
About the Second Amendment. You believe in that one?
Don't have it strong.
You don't have just the ones that suit you there, Representative, right? What about that Second Amendment?
Well, I don't know if you heard, but we had a shooting in a school here in Minnesota recently. And
What's that got to do with the Second Amendment?
Well, I think that if we had some common sense gun violence prevention
Who gets
laws.
to say it's common sense? You?
Well, yes, I'm the legislator.
Exactly. I think that's definitely the problem there.
Is it? Well,
Yes.
I think the problem is that children are dying.
When you use that violent rhetoric around children, yeah, I'd say that you probably are not exercising a lot of common sense there, Representative.
I'm here as volunteer for the Minnesota Youth in Government. And the point of Minnesota Youth in Government is to encourage children to participate in our civic institutions, to learn about them, to learn how to exercise their constitutional rights.
I do that. I do the same thing. I haven't interfered in anything, but I do the same thing. I take children to shooting ranges, and I teach them to shoot, to exercise their Second Amendment rights that it seems like you want to take away.
I don't have strong opinions about the Second Amendment. I just care about
Just the ones you
children's
want,
well-being.
right? And just those rights you think you need to care about.
Well, I
but
just
not the
want
second. That's always the
people
litmus
to-
test for you folks. Always the litmus test.
I just want people to be able to live in peace.
Me too. That Second Amendment does that.
Really? Well, all I've seen here in Minnesota is people dying, including children.
Mm-hmm. What about the lives that are saved by guns? You don't talk about that, do you?
Does anybody die from fentanyl? I'm just wondering because the end all is get rid of guns, people don't die. Is fentanyl still killing people in Minnesota? Just wondering. Because it's illegal. Because it's illegal. The government, we don't hand out fentanyl. Is fentanyl killing people in Minnesota? See, this is where you need to count to 10. Too easy.
Bye.
He said this is where you need to count to 10 and go to a safe zone.
That's good.
You heard about it, right? Like in college, they have like safe zones where they go to kind of like calm down and count to 10 or 20 or.
Listen, many moons ago in the year of our Lord 2004, I began college. My first time, I did not finish that time. I had some personal issues.
Personal.
I like to drink too much. Was my personal issue.
Oh, okay.
So that was my first time going to college. But if we would have had a safe zone in 2004, where people had to go count to 10 when they felt offended, that would have been the most bullied group of people in existence. They would have been shunned.
Oh yeah, definitely. During that era, yeah.
They would have been shunned. In 10 years before that, in the 90s, it would have been even worse. They might have gotten egged.
Yeah, definitely true. And you know, I'm thinking about something he said. I always thought about this too. It's like, well, you're pushing for the ban of guns for Americans, but it's other things we have banned, like many drugs, like fentanyl, cocaine, even more than that. But yeah, there's still a big black market for it. People are still able to get to it. So clearly the government banning a product or item does not work. All it does is create a black market for that item, and people are still able to get to it, you know?
I believe that they could have had success, and I don't mean success as in preserving freedom or preserving rights. I believe they could have had success in banning guns and getting rid of them completely. But they would have had to have done it, 100 years ago?
Oh, a long time ago.
How many AR-15s are sold a year? Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
So the time has passed.
Yeah, the time has passed.
And I'm not saying it was okay before. I
never think it was okay.
Still taking your God.
But now it wouldn't work at all. It just created a black market.
It's impossible.
Yeah, it's pretty much impossible now.
Impossible. She looked like a fool.
Yeah, he schooled her on everything.
And the OAN, what is that? One American News Network. OAN.
Yeah. He schooled her too.
Threw a couple little jabs.
He gave her the final blow.
Yeah. Finish him.
That is so
him,
funny.
her, whatever that thing is.
But yeah, it was a good video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was just ICE commander schooling another state representative.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, it does. It does.
We have one more short little clip we can start you off with, but I guess first we should dive into. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get into since we're on the Minnesota topic. Let's go ahead and get over here. We have a little article that we're gonna read from. So we know that tensions are high in Minnesota, clearly, after the killing of she who shall not be named. And so the Minnesota is suing the federal government to prevent ICE agents, custom, border protection, etc.
I think I heard about that yesterday.
So let's just read this article real quick.
That's not going to go well for him.
No. Around 1,000 more immigration officers headed to Minneapolis, CNN sources say. Around 1,000 additional U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents are expected to deploy to Minneapolis, according to 2 federal law enforcement sources. Let's see. 3 agents deploying Friday and the agents started deploying Friday and continued over the weekend. That comes on top of a deployment of about 2,000 federal agents to the area, CNN reported last week. So we have a total of 3,000 agents there now, or will be soon.
Wow.
Videos of last week's shooting, blah, blah, blah. I guess let's see here. DHS law enforcement have made over 2,000 arrests since Operation Metro Surge began. So, the other week we spoke on leveling out the number of ICE agents with the number of arrests. We have 3,000 arrests. We have 2,000 arrests, and we had 2,000 agents. Okay. One arrest per agent in the course of a couple weeks.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's not great, but it's not bad. I mean, how many DHS and law enforcement agents involved in Border Patrol protection and getting these people out are out there? Hundreds of thousands.
True.
So
100,000.
If they can do it like this, we'll start making some serious moves. I
wonder, is he going to send more people like to protect him, like the National Guard or something of that nature?
That wouldn't be a terrible idea.
I know they were talking about the Insurrection Act a few days ago.
Well, if the police force are currently fighting against if the police force are currently fighting against it, well, looks like an insurrection to me. I believe that's civil war.
Yeah, I was listening to Crowder yesterday, and he was saying that pretty much everything that Minnesota is doing right now kind of meets the threshold for him to activate the Insurrection Act.
I believe it also meets the threshold for a soft civil war.
Really?
These are the things that were going on leading up to our Civil War, the American Civil War. We had, laws were being disobeyed by states. They were, and we can discuss why those laws were made, how they affected communities, whatever. But they started to stand up and disobey the federal government. So that's what we're seeing again. But, they sued the federal government saying, do not come here. You can't come here. ICE can't be here. Trump, in response, said, I'm going to send 1,000 more agents. And I think he had a little more to say.
What else he had to say?
Fuck you. Fuck you. And the bird. Woo. So,
Trump is hilarious.
That's what we got. We got the big FU, You want to sue us? That's fine.
Yeah, they can sue, but when it comes to immigration, they have the least amount of power on that. The federal government has almost complete power over immigration.
So what do you think the proper response is by the federal government? I think it is... Here's what I think it is. Fuck you! What do you think?
Funny.
What do you think the proper response is?
I think the proper response for the federal government, I agree with Steven Crowder that he should enact the Insurrection Act because they do meet the threshold for enacting the Insurrection Act. And what also people have to realize too is that federal agents like ICE, DHS, they don't have like local law enforcement power. So there's certain things that they can't do to protect themselves while they're on the street, and they have to depend on local law enforcement to come in and to protect them.
Oh, really?
In certain aspects. So if you got a compromised local law enforcement that we know Minnesota has, they're not going to put their neck on the line for federal agents. I think that we do need some more protection for them to come in that the Insurrection Act would provide for them. What do you think he should do?
I think the Insurrection Act is definitely an option. I think it's definitely the best option. I also think it is the option that should have been explored and executed many months ago, maybe at the beginning of his presidency. It's another one of those things where he sat on his hands a little bit too long for. But I kind of have the suspicion in my head that he has sat on his hands for a lot of things for the first year on purpose.
Okay.
And I believe he may be getting ready to, and maybe this is just me being hopeful. Maybe this is just me having a positive attitude. I think that now that we're getting close to midterms, he is about to unleash.
I hope so. I want to see that.
I'm going to keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah,
I'm
keep your fingers crossed.
But I'll tell you what.
I hope so.
If he doesn't,
If
he doesn't, well then we got one thing to say. Fuck you. all right, enough.
But yeah, I think I definitely think he push the gas and start doing more things this come around. I definitely do. Yeah, but yeah, he definitely should send some more protection for Minnesota, for the ICE agents and DHS and everybody else.
Well, while we're on the topic of Minnesota, why don't you start on your topics? I feel like let's just tie it all together, put a knot on it, put a bow on it, whatever the saying is.
Okay. Yes, for this topic, I wanted to go over and do a more deep dive into Minnesota because I've been talking about Minnesota for the last couple of weeks, really like a month and a half by now. And I did not too long ago a video on Ilhan Omar.
Great video.
How she had ties, or how she possibly allegedly had ties to the Minnesota fraud. Now, this week is interesting because not too long ago, it came out again that there might be another possible connection that she has with the Minnesota fraud. And it came out because the chief of Doge, actually did an investigation, and she discovered that Ilhan Omar was trying to earmark $1 million in a budget bill in Congress to some Somalis in Minnesota.
And if you remember, she is the one who got the bills passed, which allowed for all this fraud to take place in the beginning.
Yes, and I think she actually was one of the original creators of Feeding the Future, that Feeding the Future program. So yeah, you're definitely right.
Feeding the future of everyone
except Americans.
Except Americans.
Pretty much. But so the chief of Doge found out through the investigation that there was some suspicious activity going on because the Somalis that she was trying to donate to, she said they had a addiction group that they needed the money for. But come to find out through an investigation, the addiction group, the address for the addiction group was actually a restaurant. And then also the 3 Somalis that are over the addiction group, if you look at their IRS tax form, they all share the same address on their tax form.
Okay, so maybe, just maybe. Okay, so it's a restaurant, you said?
Restaurant, yes.
Well, that's funny because if you remember, they're defrauded tens of millions of dollars because they were feeding poor Somalian kids at restaurants that were receiving no people.
Oh, wow.
She's using the same group of people. It's the same group. I'm not saying she's potentially using and interacting with the same group of people to commit this fraud and crime.
Interesting. Wow, that's interesting.
Sounds like a good RICO charge.
Yeah, it does. Now, fortunately, the chief of Doge, she was able to notify Congress of what was going on, and they were able to pull the $1 million out of the budget in time. So fortunately, we did get covered on that. But I do have a video for you guys that covers this in more detail, and it also has the chief of Doge on there and her response to the situation. So let's check this out.
Ton of fraud in Minnesota and many other states. But what I uncovered the other day in one of our spending bills making its way through Congress was a $1 million earmark from Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota, which was an earmark that was supposedly going to a substance abuse clinic, which actually happened to be housed in a restaurant and run by 3 individuals that share the same residential address, according to their IRS paperwork. Tons of red flags. So this is what we saw with the fraud involving the daycare centers. Now we see other earmarks coming directly from members of Congress where it seems fraud is being perpetrated as well. So I raised the issue, and fortunately, the House has now stripped that earmark out of that spending bill. But again, this is how easy money has been flowing to bad actors in Minnesota.
So, guys, you see how thankfully she was able to find that information and was able to take that $1 million out of the budget. Isn't that something?
Oh, man. At this point, the evidence has mounted so heavily against Ilhan Omar that, I'm not going to say it's conviction-worthy evidence, but if it quacks like a duck, it walks like a duck, and it flies like a duck, it's a duck.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
And she is a fraud duck.
Yeah, she's definitely, it definitely seems like there's something going on between her connection between the Minnesota fraud and her. But I also have a video for you guys of Ilhan Omar's response to everything that's going on with Minnesota and how she feels about the situation and the federal government investigating her state.
What they are doing is creating confusion, chaos, trying to intimidate people from being able to exercise their regular, normal activities that they would. There is no justification in any of the things that they say. There is no reason for them to use this level of rhetoric. There is no reason for them to fully stop funding these programs. The only reason they are doing that is for PR purposes.
So apparently uncovering a multi-billion-dollar fraud is too much, quote, confusion and chaos for Representative Omar's liking. But you have a really interesting point of view on this. You say the feds knew about Medicaid fraud in Minnesota for years and did nothing about it. What can you tell us?
that it's a governing strategy of the left. Waste, fraud, and abuse is a feature of the system. It's a means to transfer wealth from the American taxpayer, particularly the middle class, to unaccountable programs managed by states. And it's not just Minnesota. You can find this in California, Illinois, anywhere. And it's meant to drive money by any means necessary, legal or illegal, to preferred constituencies that'll rely on them. I think we need to see this as a holistic governing and regime strategy. It's why the deficit's so big. This is the way they want to run the country. And when coupled with mass invasion level migration, that's what you get. You get a lot of Minneapolis, a pirate conquered from Somalia territory that is basically just ripping off the taxpayer and not even being cute about it.
You mentioned other states, the president and his administration saying other state investigations are forthcoming. We will see. Mike Howell, thank you, sir. I'm Steve Duke.
Wow. So President Trump saying more states are going to be on the chopping block for investigations. So that's very interesting too.
Let's see here. I do got one comment to make.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Let me see here. This is confusing to me.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen this lady a million times, but how and when did her nose turn white from halfway up?
You say white from halfway up.
She has clearly had some nose jobs, hasn't she?
She might have.
Her nose is white from 50% up and a quarter black from 50% down.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, this is just the random stuff I noticed.
That's funny.
This is just my brain working
Well,
silly.
they making so much money. She might have had money for a nose job.
I'm going into politics.
Going into politics.
Going into politics, or I'm opening a fake restaurant.
A fake restaurant.
It's settled with a daycare in the back.
But as you can see, guys, that's funny right there. As you can see, guys, in that response interview that she had, she is completely lying, and the government has 64 reasons why they're going after Minnesota. I'm going to read it to you guys.
First, do you think that she realizes how close she is to going to prison or getting deported?
Well,
or is she just not close and she knows she's not close?
I don't even know if she's close, because at the end of the day, most of the people getting convicted right now are at the bottom. They have yet to really convict somebody at the top. So I think right now she feels pretty insulated and safe for the moment. So I don't think she's too worried about it right now.
She doesn't seem to have any fear about being kicked out of the country for the whole brother marriage thing. Because if you did, you feel like they would pull back from public eye.
Oh yeah, she doesn't have any fear for that, because the brother thing, that story's been out for years and nothing's happened. So she definitely probably feels pretty comfortable with that. Now, as for this right here, this is a little bit different, but I'm not sure if it's going to reach her or not. But it was promised, though, you know.
Yeah.
But like I say, the government, her saying that the government doesn't have a reason to go after Minnesota is a complete bold-faced lie. There are 64 reasons why the government is going after Minnesota. So in this document, I want to read to you guys. It says, as of January 2026, the investigation into the Feeding Our Future fraud scheme, the largest COVID-19 related fraud scheme in the United States, has resulted in the conviction of 64 individuals. In total, approximately 98 people have been charged in connection with the scheme, which involved the theft of at least $250 million intended for children's nutrition programs in Minnesota.
So just the nutrition programs is $250 million.
Yeah, just the nutrition. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so we're looking at tens or hundreds of billions once you include the child care and.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why on our one episode I would say it can be as much as $9 billion if you include Medicaid and other different programs.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It says key case statistics as of January 2026. Total individual charged 98, total convictions 64, pled guilty 57 plus, convicted at trial 7, including ringleader Amy Bach.
No, 0 not guilties.
Yeah, pled guilty, 0 not guilties.
So 100% conviction rate so far of the judged cases.
Yeah, so far of the judge cases.
That's beautiful.
So like I say, there are many reasons. There's millions of dollars, billions of dollars of reasons why the federal government and the FBI is going after Minnesota. It's not that the federal government hates Minnesotans, hate Minnesota. The federal government right now hates fraud, and that's what the federal government is going after. So Ilhan Omar is a complete bold-faced liar.
Oh man. Well, that's pretty great. All this convictions, at least we're seeing, and you know, if they have, This is the thing too. They only go after, typically the feds only go after cases that they can 100% get a conviction on. Their conviction rate is what, 98, 99%?
Yeah, like 98, 99. It's pretty high.
Hell, just start throwing some darts at the board.
Throwing some darts at the board.
Let's turn that those are rookie numbers. Let's beef those up a little bit. Instead of 98, let's get 998. And if we get 600 convictions, let's pump them numbers up.
Yeah, pump the numbers up a little bit. But yeah, I think they should go after more cases. But again, I guess they probably want to keep their success rate high, so they probably really picky and choosy about what they decide to go after, I guess.
It is expensive to try a jury case in a federal court. So.
Oh yeah, definitely expensive too. Yeah, that's an aspect you have to think about.
So I guess it makes sense for them to be specific about who they
go after and what they do. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of information about Ilhan Omar. What you got for us next?
I was gonna get into something else, but why don't we just stick with Minnesota?
Minnesota, okay, you gonna stick with Minnesota?
Yeah, I mean, don't we have some attorney general information to speak on?
Oh yeah, the attorney general. That's an interesting one too. Let me pull that
got
up.
All the Minnesota topics. I love it. You're killing it on this. You're really getting some good research done here.
Yeah, I love the Minnesota topic. There's a lot of interesting things going on there.
Never seen anything like it.
Me either. I've never seen
39 years. I've never seen anything like this.
No, this is huge.
But we know it's been occurring for my entire life. So
it's definitely been occurring for your entire life, and probably occurring out the states as we speak. So
it's cool to see.
Yeah, it is cool to see.
All right,
but so with this one, I want to go over this topic with you guys because this topic is about the Minnesota Attorney General. Now, the Minnesota Attorney General, his name is Keith Ellison. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of Keith Ellison before.
Yes, so he's been the Attorney General of Minnesota, and recently he's been in a little bit of hot water because there was an auto recording of him having a meeting with some Somali fraudsters that were requesting financial help from the government and wanted his backing for it. And really in the audio clip, he gave really little pushback on the Somali fraudsters. Now, he claims that he didn't know who he was talking to. He didn't know who the Somali fraudsters were.
Do you ever call somebody and don't know who the hell you're talking to?
I
hey, when's the last time you called somebody? You dialed their number and you didn't know who the hell you were talking to?
Well, I guess he claimed that they're the one who initiated the meeting and set it up with him. So he didn't really know who that was that initiated the meeting.
Question again. When's the last time you answered a phone call and had a long conversation with someone you didn't know?
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
Get out of here.
But that's his alibi, I guess you should suppose. But I have an audio and video of the meeting that he had with them. So I'm going to let you guys decide if he's telling the truth or he's not. So let's get into this.
Let's hear it.
Happening today, the House Oversight Committee will hold a hearing on the widespread Minnesota fraud scandal.
So it comes as the focus shifts to the state attorney general.
Alexis McAdams joins us live from Minneapolis with the many details. Alexis.
That's right. A lot of details here because really, according to prosecutors, Brian, there's just so much fraud here in the state. Now they're looking at the state's Attorney General, Keith Ellison. Why? Because the state's top cop here in Minnesota was caught in an audio recording behind closed doors meeting with a group of soon-to-be convicted Somali fraudsters. They were asking the Attorney General for help to get more funding. Listen to this.
The only way we can protect what we have is by inserting ourselves into the political arena, putting our votes where it needs to be, but most importantly, putting our dollars in the right place and supporting candidates that will fight to protect our interests.
That's right.
You can only protect our interests when we have your back, and you don't have to worry about who's behind you.
Oh, no.
And also this group was talking about, as you heard there, supporting his campaign. So Keith Ellison is pushing back on this. He said that he takes fraud seriously. He shared in an op-ed writing this: I took a meeting in good faith with people I didn't know, and some turned out to have done some bad things. I did nothing for them, and I took nothing from them. But some of those now convicted Somali fraudsters did donate money to Ellison's campaign, according to documents obtained by the Center for the American Experiment. Ellison reportedly later gave the money back because those people were convicted. Fox obtained the entire, pretty much almost an hour-long clip of this meeting, so there's so much in it. It's from the lawyer of this woman, Amy Bach. She was convicted in this massive Feeding Our Future scam. That's how it all started. Bach's behind bars, and her legal team said...
What? They're giving a little change to the white lady, too. The Somalis are giving a little change to the old white lady, too.
Yeah, she's in prison right now.
Is she?
Yeah.
Good. Good.
As where's the accountability for Governor Walz and the Attorney General? They knew that this was going on. He says nothing happened until the Fed stepped in. Do you think some of these politicians should be held accountable?
I would like to see someone in the state, I don't care whether it's the governor, I don't care whether it's the attorney general, someone take responsibility.
President Trump says Tim Walz was caught, quote, red-handed for his role in the fraudulent Somali scams plaguing Minnesota for more than a decade. Governor Walz is not running for re-election. He says he's going to take accountability, but the White House says that's not going to shield you from the investigation.
I'm not going anywhere. And you can make all your requests for me to resign over my dead body. Will that happen? I will fight this thing till the very end to make this state better. And the question that I think they need to decide is when did the guy in the White House resign?
Oh, my
He didn't.
goodness.
He didn't.
So, I mean, it's crazy. So you got an attorney general that had a meeting with Somali fraudsters. He took campaign donation from them, but he claims that he didn't know he was talking to. He claims he didn't know what money he was getting it from. Now, he does claim that his campaign gave the donation money back to the Somali fraudsters. But again, it still casts a shadow on Keith Ellison because a close relationship like that to Somali fraudsters just seems a little,
Gave the money back because they got caught.
Yeah.
How many people haven't got caught that he didn't give the money back to?
Right.
Get out of here.
Right, exactly. So I definitely think there possibly could be some connection there with him and the Somali fraudsters. And even if it's not a strong connection, he definitely probably knew that this was going on and overlooked it, just like Tim Walz overlooked it as well.
Yeah, because we'll watch your back if you watch ours.
Right.
It never ends. It never ends.
It never ends. Man. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. And I guess I'm assuming all the big players in Minnesota are probably in on this, so.
You'd have to assume.
Yeah.
And I'm going to send you out there with Nick Shirley and you guys can get to business.
Get to business and uncover some more fraud.
Yeah, I think you need to be out there with Nick Shirley. I think we got to get you. We got to ship Elvin out, guys.
That would be fun. I think the next one coming up is going to be California. Because I forgot his name. Benny Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's going out there with a crew out to California to do the California fraud. So you might see a big California fraud video from him.
Well, it's just not going to end, guys. We're going to be reporting fraud for the next 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
If the Trump administration does what we want.
Yeah. So, it'll be the next 3 years. We're going to have to get out to a state and do some fraud investigation.
Well, I got some ideas. Maybe we can cook something up.
Yeah.
Maybe we can cook something up. I guess. Sure. Moving on to our next topic, guys.
Okay.
That's real serious. Kind of. Not really. Let's get on to how badass the United States military is.
Yeah, it is pretty.
Man,
pretty crazy how
I don't know. Have you been watching the reports of coming out from the soldiers who were supposedly at the compound or the military base inside Venezuela?
No, I haven't.
Let's dive in, guys.
Let's dive into this.
Here. This is New York Post headline: U.S. used powerful mystery weapon that brought Venezuelan soldiers to their knees during Maduro raid. Witness accounts. I just want to get straight to the witness account and let you guys hear what they had to say. We were on guard, but suddenly all of our radar systems shut down without any explanation. The next thing we saw were drones, a lot of drones flying over our positions. We didn't know how to react. Let's see. Moments later, helicopters appear. He said he believed it was 8. And then he said a few men came out of those helicopters. They were technologically very advanced. They didn't look like anything we've fought against before. So I'm imagining Robert Downey Jr. in the red suit coming out of the chopper, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know what they were wearing, but it sounds interesting.
It does.
We were hundreds, but had no chance. They were shooting with such precision and speed, it felt like each soldier was firing 300 rounds per minute.
Wow.
At one point, they launched something. I don't know how to describe it. It was like an intense sound wave. Suddenly, I felt like my head was exploding from the inside.
Whoa.
We all started bleeding from the noise. Some were vomiting blood. We fell to the ground, unable to move. We couldn't even stand up after that sonic weapon or whatever it was. Yeah, the White House has not completely responded to these accusations. Carolyn Leavitt did say something, but she didn't say anything definitive. The man went on to say, those 20 men, without a single casualty, killed hundreds of us. We had no way to compete with their technology, with their weapons. I swear I've never seen anything like it.
Wow.
So,
well, the White House probably won't respond too much on it because they don't want to give away their secrets, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. But it sounds to me like we killed their power. So they lost their comms. We lost everything. Lost their power. And then the drones showed up. I'm assuming the drones were probably scouting.
Yeah, probably got surveillance.
Probably doing target analyzation.
Yeah.
The new special ops scopes, they actually have AI built into them. I did a little research a few months ago. Can't remember everything, but they have AI built into them to help with target acquisition. So when they say they were shooting and killing person after person very quickly, that probably has a lot to do with those new optics that we have on our military rifles.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Dang.
But let's see here.
Wow.
So we'll get into this weapon that we don't have all the information about. You know, that they're claiming it was a sonic or direct energy weapon. We've been hearing more about direct energy weapons recently. We heard about it with, I think there was a lot of tinfoil hats talking about it with the Hawaii fires, with all these different fires sparking up different natural weather events. And I'm not saying that they're not the root cause of it.
Right.
But that's when we first started to really hear a lot about it. So the story is really fueling a lot of online speculation about what could be going on. It's got me speculating as well.
Yeah, me too.
Weapons we could be using. There are some weapons that were. So Serbia was having some heavy protest last year.
Okay.
And here is a video of what happened in the Serbian protests when they used sonic weapons. It just clears the crowd. See, it was like a wing.
Ja idem na proteste preko 30 godina, nikada ovako nešto nisam čula. To je bio zvuk koji kao nekako šišta, kao nekako trljajuća lopta koja je nevidljiva i koja ide ka nama. To je trajalo 2-3 sekunde, ljudi su popadali jedni na druge, nikada tako nešto nisam čula.
Put people on the ground.
That's crazy.
It was just extraordinary.
So do you have more detail of what that actually is?
Yeah, so they're saying it was sonic weapons, and I'm sure this was a system that was used for crowd control, civilians, etc.
Okay.
I would assume that if our military has one, it is exponentially stronger. These weapons can rupture eardrums, cause permanent physical damage.
Oh wow.
So, if this is the strength we're using on crowd protection, I'm sure we have 2, 3, 4, 5 times more powerful that we can use in a military
pretty sure
application. So what do we know about sonic weapons? Frequently referred to as acoustic or ultrasonic weapons, they use sound waves to disorient, injure, or incapacitate targets, generating intense audible infrasonic. So infrasonic is when the sound wave is below the hearing level.
Okay.
And ultrasonic is, I believe, when it is above the hearing level. Both can cause pain, nausea, hearing damage, psychological effects, eardrum rupture, concussions, and even organ damage if misused. But in a military application, you want to damage your opponent.
Yeah, you definitely want to damage your opponent.
If we can accidentally damage organs and cause this bleeding from the nose and ears and eyes like this guy was speaking of, I'm sure we can do it on purpose.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's see. These systems have roots in World War II experiences, but most modern application focuses on crowd control and military applications. The first one that we've seen a lot in the streets, we've seen them used in America, we've seen it used in Japan. This is probably what was used here. It's called a LRAD device, also known as a sound cannon. The sounds that it emits are over 160 decibels.
Whoa.
So when we were throwing shows and we were capping out our sound, when we had a production company and we're having concerts and stuff, I believe we don't ever went over 100 and I think it was 105 decibels or so.
I think so. Somewhere around there.
And that was really pushing the limits of what you could withstand.
Yeah.
So they say these, they are also using them on pirates outside of Somalia. They pull up with a ship, hit them with this. All the pirates grab their ears, they run on and slaughter them all.
It's pretty... So it just disorients you and kind of throw you off.
Yeah, and I mean you have to cover your natural reaction is to cover your ears.
Yeah, to cover your ears up.
So they call it audible handcuffs, is what they're referring to them as. Let's see, infrasonic devices are a different type, which I doubt are what's being used here, but they're low frequency waves that can induce vibrations in the body, leading to nausea, vertigo, and internal membrane damage. So this sounds probably more like what we're thinking might have been used. If it's causing internal membrane damage, that can cause bleeding, that can cause all these issues.
Yeah.
The next type of device is an ultrasonic device. These have high frequency beams that can heat tissue or cause auditory hallucinations. The military has versions like sonic bullets, cannons, etc. But that's just what we know about. That's what we know about. So if that's what we've been told about, we've got something that's far stronger to really put these people on their tails. I mean, they said people were bleeding out of their nose, out of their eyes. They were falling to the ground.
Dang.
Sounds pretty cool. I'm just trying to imagine. You're in a fort, in your country's best military location.
Yeah, it was like the best military location, best fort.
Hanging out, guarding your president. Got our homie locked down.
Yeah.
And everyone drops to their knees, starts bleeding out the nose. And dudes in freaking Transformer suits come out of the sky and kill everyone?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It doesn't get any cooler than that, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't get any cooler than that. Oh, man.
That is insane.
So there is no widespread confirmation of these secret bleeding weapons, but clearly they exist. Clearly we are starting to have reports. Maybe it's propaganda. Maybe. But sounds very feasible.
I mean, it do sound feasible. Because you said they had it something like that way back in what you said.
They started experimenting with it in World War II.
Oh, it should be much advanced by now.
Yeah, they could probably make your brain explode.
Yeah, by now, it probably could make your brain.
How do we target blue pairs only? I thought their brains have already exploded. All right, that's all I got for that. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting to follow up on the Venezuela topic and how, we touched last week how our military might is insanely adequate, capable, just fierce, mighty. This is just another testament to it. It's not just guns, helicopters, bombs.
Yeah.
We have it all. We have it all.
That's insane. That's very interesting. Wow.
Let's see. Last topic of the evening. Guys.
Yeah, what we got for the last
topic of the evening. Let's get into a little bit of pop culture.
Pop culture.
Stranger Things. You've watched a little bit of it?
I used to years ago, but then I kind of got tired of it.
Yeah, I watched the first season, never got back into it. Wasn't that cool with me. I don't really like watching shows about children.
Yeah, me either. I'm not too into it. I don't know. It's not for me. Not for me at all.
But I believe, I don't know, maybe it was episode 1. I believe I spoke on the child, getting R-worded by the alien or whatever, whatever was going on in season 1. So I just want to pull up some videos here, and I want to get into what could these things possibly doing? Why are they putting these things inside? Why are they putting these things in these television shows? And I know the show is supposedly not for children.
Yeah.
I know there are a million kids in America watching this show.
Oh yeah, that's a big hit for kids. Definitely.
So in the season 1 opener, Will Byers, who's a character, and is targeted by the Vecna or upside down entity. It's a creature with tentacles. I want to show you the clip. Make your own judgment, and then I'll go into the comparisons that we can make on some other things that seem to be where this was inspired from.
At long last, we can begin. Beautiful things together, William. Such beautiful things.
All right, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. All right, so
what are you sucking the life force out of him? What is going on now?
Let's take a deep dive. So we've had things like this that happened in the Alien franchise, 1979, where the eggs were put inside of somebody, and then they hatched the aliens.
And then I'd say Alien.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that. It was a horror movie from the late 70s. There were, Alien versus Predator.
Oh, okay.
So that's where it
Predator
started,
movie.
was with the Alien series.
Ah, okay.
So, we can, when we're looking at this, it has there's influence for everything. When you see something there, it was influenced by something. So I just want to get into these Japanese media influences. Japanese porn has regulations in their country that prevent it from showing penises, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So they're whatever. So this thing has developed in Japan. It's called hentai. It's kind of cartoon pornography.
Okay.
And it's also heavily involved in tentacle erotica. So what you're seeing in these things is, I guess, is like squids, octopus, tentacles, kind of, and they do sexual deviant things to women, men, whatever. I guess it depends on what you're watching.
What you watch, okay.
But as I watched this, I'd already known about this weird subculture, weird thing in Japan. As I watched this, you see these tentacles come and wrap this child up.
Yeah.
You see one go into his mouth,
right?
Pump something into his mouth. And then the character tells the child that we're about to do very special things together. Very special.
Yeah,
things.
that's kind of weird.
This is clearly motivated and has so whoever came up with this idea clearly had this in mind.
Yeah.
This isn't an accident. The kid's completely helpless. He's penetrated by an alien.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe it's not, sexual penetration per se, but he's penetrated by an alien. It puts something into him, which is going to unite him and this character. I'm sorry, but this for me is a mixture of pedo porn and Japanese hentai tentacle fantasy porn.
They're put together.
And it looks like they were brought together. And the way this character's talking to the child, the way he's vulnerable, the power imbalance that we're seeing, he has complete control over the child. I can't be the only one seeing this. So, when season 1 came out, or when season 5 came out, episode 1, I saw this and I was disgusted because I kind of had a good idea what was going on.
What it was, okay.
So, I kind of let those thoughts, I hadn't really thought about it again. I just don't watch the show anymore. So I hadn't really thought about it again, but I did think that there was some kind of underlying message or some kind of underlying theme or influence that they were acting on in this. And then we loop back around to last week. We have the season finale, where we have a coming out moment by one of the main characters, the same character actually.
The same character that you're just showing.
Character. So this also ties it into the whole, when you're sexually molested by someone of the same sex or the opposite sex, whatever it may be as a child, it may cause your sexual identity to be confused, for you to have lack of understanding. A lot of people that's the reason why they're gay. That's the reason. and this isn't me saying this. This is what the data, the statistics.
Yeah, the data says that.
This is what gays themselves are saying.
Right.
So we have this character. He grows up, and in the last episode, I believe he's 18 years old. So let's just dive into how corny, how cringe, how off-putting this final episode was, how forced it was, how unnatural it felt, which just further confirmed my point that the show is pursuing sexually deviant or it's laying the foundation for something.
Okay.
Let's see if this video will come up here.
I'm like you in almost every way. We like biking to Melville's for malted milkshakes, and we like milk duds in our popcorn with extra butter, and NASA and Steve Martin and Lucky Charms, and I don't like girls. I mean, I do, just not like you guys do. This crush on someone, even though no, they're not like me. But it was never about him. It was about me. Today, Vecna showed me what would happen if I did this, if I told you guys. And in this future, some of you are just worried for me. It just makes me feel like something's wrong with me. We just drift apart more and more, and it just felt so real. It felt so real.
So this all felt very forced. This is a show about Stranger Things, alien encounters, weird shit going on. Why? How does this possibly go with, correlate, or enhance the plot of the television show whatsoever?
My thing is, so this show is surrounded. It encompasses aliens and aliens attacking, right?
Right.
So why would somebody be worried about this if some alien is trying to come and kill you? That's the last thing you're worried about.
It's not plot worthy. It's not plot worthy whatsoever. And Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everybody's going nuts and calling out how terribly
that was written,
how terribly the scene was written, how terrible the acting was in it, how terribly forced it felt.
That was very forced.
How it doesn't match the plot line. So the show clearly is pushing ideas or promoting ideas or exposing people to ideas
right
that have no influence on the actual plot of the television.
Yeah, that has no influence over the plot. That has nothing to do with aliens
at
all.
We can say that maybe this is, I don't know, maybe this is goes in line with the old Alien movies and it's following those things. We could
but that looked like that veered off from the old time Alien movies.
So some could interpret it as that, as the corruption inside Will's identity and him being his big revelation. It could be it could be a metaphor for internal struggle. But many on the internet and me are kind of interpreting it as like manipulation, brainwashing. Yeah.
And it's like you say,
we can do evil things together. Great things.
Yeah, it's just weird.
It's weird.
And like you say earlier, even though this is a show that they kind of say it's for adults, they know at Netflix that a lot of kids watch these shows. So they
absolutely,
they definitely know that doing something like this is going to influence kids in a certain way.
The first episode got brought up at a family dinner, I don't know, months ago. And I said something to one of my family members along the lines of, this is like, that's a replication of Japanese hentai tentacle porn.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they thought I was crazy.
Yeah, thought you were crazy.
They were like, you're pulling too many strings. The show's not trying to show us weird stuff. The show's not trying to influence how we think.
Oh,
and now
definitely.
The kid that for no reason is gay comes out to be gay, no plot line adhesion, just for no reason whatsoever. Now suddenly homie's gay because why?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're definitely trying to push something. I mean, but Hollywood have been doing this for a long time. They always try to push a agenda through their movies and TV shows. That's why, on the conservative side at least, they've lost a lot of viewers on the conservative side. I mean,
so what do you guys think? Is this some clever metaphor,
Yeah.
Or is this pushing a hidden agenda? Let us know in the comments, guys. I'd love to.
Yeah,
hear
I
back
definitely
from you
think it's
guys.
pushing a hidden agenda.
Maybe I'm maybe I'm that crazy, wildly right-wing conservative who makes all these crazy ideas come to life in my own head. But I'd like to know what you guys think, honestly.
Yeah.
But let's get into some historical context on propaganda and brainwashing in television and movies.
That's good.
We know for a fact the media has long been a tool to influence minds, especially during wartime.
Yeah, just sometimes they even work with the government agents like CIA.
Yeah, and it used to be very obvious.
Yeah.
And now, with modern techniques, it's become very subtle.
Yeah, very subtle, yeah.
And we could look at this, you can look at this in many things. You could look at it from television starting 20 years ago when you started to see, certain shows, for instance, would be 70, 80% black and they'd be living in a white neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Or it'd be, you have 6 gay characters and 3 straight characters in a movie. This is getting closer to now.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you start seeing on Netflix now a lot of LGBTQ, a lot of furries, whatever the case. It's always some weird shit. But, they subtly do it.
Yeah, they subtly do it.
It's modern techniques.
They try to warm you up to it a little bit.
Yes.
Gradually increase it in there.
Yeah, and I think that this Stranger Things issue, I think it's a continuum of what we've been seeing, of the program we've been seeing. I don't think it's an isolated case. I think it's a continuum of what we've witnessed in the past, 80, 90 years.
Yeah, it's built up over time.
So let's get into the early roots of wartime propaganda, 1910s to 1940s.
Okay.
Film emerged as a propaganda powerhouse during World War II, with governments funding movies like The Battle Cry of Peace to rally support for war. In World War II, Hollywood produced films like Why We Fight series by Frank Capra to educate Americans on the Axis threats, often exaggerating enemy atrocities to brainwash public opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want a glass of juice?
A glass of juice.
Nazi Germany under Joseph Goebbels used cinema, Triumph of the Will, 1935, for mass indoctrination, portraying idealized Aryan life while demonizing others. This era normalized and brought it to life of putting these ideological messages in entertainment. You can even look at Howard Hughes. I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Aviator.
I think I've seen that before.
Yeah, so Howard Hughes in the 40s made, what was it, Hell's Angels, I believe? A flight movie.
Oh, a flight movie, okay.
We now know that Howard Hughes was actually funded partially by the CIA to make that movie, to encourage, people to love everything that was going on with the war effort, to look at it in a positive manner, to see our dominance, which, who knows, maybe this thing we heard about the sound waves earlier is the same.
Yeah, that's true. You never know.
Moving on to the Cold War era and the birth of actual true brainwashing. This will be in the 50s and 60s. The term brainwashing was coined by journalist Edward Hunt in 1950. Used it to describe Chinese communist techniques on POWs during the Korean War. The Chinese were notoriously harsh. The Koreans were notoriously harsh. The Vietnamese were notoriously harsh when they were, when they had our POWs. They were treated very harsh. But in Korea War specifically, they tried to brainwash them heavily.
Dang.
So that's interesting. They were trying to get. Actually, moving on. You can also look at Hollywood films such as The Manchurian Candidate of 1962, where a brainwashed soldier becomes an assassin.
So there's 2 of those. Cause I know the one with Denzel Washington. Have you ever seen the one with Denzel Washington?
I have not seen the new one. Is it good?
I think it came out in the 90s, but he did a really good job.
Did he?
At portraying that role in Manchurian Candidate.
Well, that was the whole reason for that movie, was to stoke the fears of Soviets, to stoke the fears of their infiltration into our country, into our media, etc. So, that was kind of the point of that movie originally.
I see.
TV joined in with shows like I Led 3 Lives, which portrayed communist spies as brainwashers, while the CIA's Operation Mockingbird allegedly influenced media to push anti-communist narratives. Part of getting everybody on board with the anti-communism was brainwashing. Because honestly, as we see now, if you're not brainwashed to hate communism, a lot of people are so stupid they'll just believe in it.
That's true.
So
that's true.
Maybe we want more of this. Post 1960s evolution, counterculture, corporate and modern subtleties. The Vietnam War era saw anti-war films like Apocalypse Now as counter propaganda, but also accusations of Hollywood beginning to promote liberal agendas. So that began in the late 70s. They started getting accused of promoting these liberal agendas.
So that's probably like around you getting close to the hippie era.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, post-hippie era.
Post-hippie era.
But they're making these movies to reflect back on Vietnam.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And to put us in a poor light.
In a poor light, okay.
Yeah. So in the 1980s and 1990s, we saw critics like Vance Packard warning of hidden persuaders. Vance Packard was a huge critic for movies, movie critic. Watched them, reviewed them, told you what they were about. But he warned about these little minute details, these little grains of sand being poured into your movies to actually start to push different narratives and ideals. You can look forward to Disney's inclusion. What do we have? A black Snow White? Was that real or did I make that up? Did we have a black Snow White?
No, I know you had the one girl on there that played Snow White. She was just kind of like a really mean feminist. She hated men.
That's what it was. But yes, we had that, and then they insert the mean feminist. They insert the gay into a role that wasn't traditionally gay. They insert the trans person into a role that wasn't traditionally trans, and it almost goes back to even like the 007 movies. 007 movies came from a book.
Yeah, they did.
The book was about a white European special, intelligence officer.
Yeah, that's true.
Then they ended up doing a black man as it, which I don't really care who does it, but the book was written in such a way that if you're trying to adhere to the book,
well, then you want to stick with it. That's like doing a White Shaft.
Yes. Actually, that's perfect. Actually, that's just like that. So I guess overall, we can really see that the media has a huge role in shaping people's views. And that's not just the media when you think of the news media. It is the movies, it is the television, it is all of this. We even see it in sports commentary now. Stephen A. He brought these political situations in and he started out with just little grains of sand.
Yeah.
Now Stephen A's full-blown political.
Yeah, he's full-blown political.
But it just goes to show as he started, he slowly built up to it.
Yeah, slowly built up to it.
So, we see that could be tie-in, is this Stranger Things? Are these people trying to promote ideas? Not necessarily brainwashing, but just normalize ideas which should actually absolutely be counterculture.
Yeah, I definitely think they're trying to promote ideas, especially with that scene you showed me. I mean, there was no reason to put that in the plot, so I definitely think they're trying to get a message through to the audience, especially the younger audience, the kids that are watching it.
They're normalizing being gay, and if a kid did watch the season all the way through, well, now they're normalizing mouth rape with turning gay.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm over the top. I don't know. Let us know what you think, guys.
Yeah, let us know what you think
on that. That's all I got for the week.
All you got? But that was good one. Very, very interesting. That was a very interesting topic. But yeah, that's all I got too. I hope you guys enjoyed all the topics we went through. We went through some funny ones, some more serious ones, some political ones, and we always be back next week to go through another various type of topics. What else you got for us?
I hope you guys enjoyed the changes. For our older generation people who are watching, I hope let us know if the enhancement of the size of the videos helped you along your way. Let us know if the audio enhancements have helped you as well, be able to hear the videos better. I want to thank all of you for continued support. Followers are growing.
Definitely.
The views are growing. We did get a little shadow ban because I was drinking too much apple juice last week. Too much apple juice. But yeah, we had I'll share that on Rumble. That won't be something we can talk about here, but I will share the cause of our shadow ban and our inability to get promoted on YouTube. I'll share that. We'll do a separate episode midweek. I'll touch base and give you guys the lowdown on what happened to us. But we're on our way back because of your guys' support. We appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful week.
All right. Have a good one.